Hello, welcome back to another project crossover video. Lots of questions. A reminder, if this is your first video that you're looking at, we're looking at the questions that appear on the higher and on the foundation paper, hence why project crossover. So today we're looking at the January 2021 paper. This is the regional one because Edexcel produce two papers for every exam series, because if you sit it in Australia, you might be able to then leak all of the information to someone who maybe lives in America in a totally different time zone. And it's identified by having the FR there. Okay, calculator paper, we're looking at question one. As we scroll down, you'll see this says question 16, meaning it's question 16 on the foundation, but question one on the higher. I think I'm definitely going to take two videos for each of these papers, but let's see how we go. So this is an important question, show that. So although you can use calculator for everything, you need to be able to show that 3 1/5 times by 1 5/6 makes 5 and 13 over 15. So the first step is to turn them into improper fractions, giving us 16 over 5 times by 11 over 6. I quite like to cross cancel, so we're going to turn that into an 8 and that into a 3. And then we can multiply across. 8 times 11, 88. 5 times 3 is 15. And then when we convert that, and what we can do here is we can do 88 divided by 15 on our calculator, and then use the SD button, Shift SD, and that will just check that it is our correct answer of 5 and 13 over 15. Okay, question 2 or question 17. Given that A is less than B, which is less than C, the four whole numbers A, B, and C have that information. Okay, so starting off with the mode, because A and A have got to be the same number and the mode is 7, we start off with that smallest number being 7. So A, B, and C. Okay, so we've got a median of 8.5. So 7 plus B divided by 2 equals 8.5. 7 plus B is equal to 17, and therefore B is equal to 10. Okay, last bit, the mean is 9. So 9 times by those four numbers gives us 36, meaning that these numbers all need to have a sum of 36. 7 plus 7 plus 10 is equal to 24. 36 subtract 24 gives us 12. And therefore C is 12. Right, question 8 on a number line, show this inequality. So we're going to put a circle above the -2. I'm going to put a circle above the 1 because it's linking. So it's got two values. We link these two together. And then finally, this symbol with the equal to means we include the number, so we include the colouring in. And we make it look pretty like that. Okay, n is an integer. Write down all the values of n that satisfy this inequality. So -3 is one of them, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. That's it, done. And the reason why we include 2 is because it's got that equal to symbol on the inequality. Okay, a train journey from Paris to Amsterdam took 3 hours and 24 minutes. The total distance the train travelled was 433.5 kilometers. Work out the average speed. So speed, distance, time. It wants the average speed of it. So we'll do distance divided by time. And I'm going to put this as a mixed number, which you're totally entitled to do. And if you've got good calculator skills, you can pull this off. So 433.5, and then I hit the fraction button. Now I'm in the bottom part of my fraction. I hit shift and then the fraction button, and that gives you a mixed number at the bottom. Finally, we just put in the information. It gives me 127.5, 127.5 kilometers per hour. Okay, question 5. The diagram shows a cuboid and a cylinder. The dimensions of the cuboid are, the volume of the cuboid is 270. The radius of the cylinder is x. The height of the cylinder is 2x. Work out the volume of the cylinder. So first thing we need to do is work out x. So 12 times 5 times x is equal to 270. 60x is equal to 270. So our value for x, 270 divided by 60, is 4.5. Okay, that means we've got a radius of 4.5 and a height of 9. The volume of this cylinder is pi r squared times by the height. So 4.5 times 4.5. In fact, I'm just going to write down pi times by 4.5 squared times by 9 times by pi times by 9. Put that all into my calculator. It's given me 729 over 4 pi. We want this to be to the nearest whole number, 572.555, which will be 573. This last little bit, 1 meter into, well, 1 meter cubed into centimeters cubed. Normally we would multiply by 100. Because this is centimeters cubed, we're going to cube the value, 100. So 100 cubed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, makes 100,000 centimeters cubed. Okay, question 21. Make C the subject. So if we were to sort of just talk about what's happening to C, it's being divided by Y and then having 5Z taken away. So we just do the reverse and the opposite. We're going to add 5Z and then we're going to multiply by Y, and we have to do this to both sides. So A plus 5Z is equal to C over Y, and then we multiply by Y. I'm going to be lazy, and I'm just going to put that in a bracket, equal to C. Okay, write down the value of G to the power of 0. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, lastly, factorizing. Hopefully you're finding a similar pattern to these. We put an x at the front of both of these two brackets. We need two numbers that will multiply to make 24 and add to make negative 11. 12 and 2 won't work. 8 and 3 look good because they add to make a negative. We need a positive multiplication and a negative sum, so they both need to be negative. So minus 8 and minus 3. Okay, that's question 6 done, 21 on the foundation. I'm just going to stop the video here and then we'll pick up again at question 7 on the higher. See you next time.